Wow. Wow. I mean, look, 3 points is all that matters at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people out there in social media, I saw that in the live chat as well when I was doing the watch along, were not happy with that performance. And rightly so. The performance wasn't great, but I take the 3 points. It's so important. The 3 points is so important right now with all the injuries that we have. It just hopefully gives a morale boosting sort of situation for the team. We've got the next match against Everton on Thursday night, I believe. So we've got a bit of break. Hopefully, some of the players, Kante and Kovacic, are destined to be back, I believe, this week, or maybe not Kovacic, but Kante definitely. Chalobah just around the corner. So look, let's not take this particular moment during this weekend when we won 3 points and be sour grapes about it. Let's enjoy the 3 points and let's look forward to what can happen in the future. So let's get into this.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, we're back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that match was tough, man. That was a difficult watch at some times. We were behind, then we equalized, then we went ahead, then it was leveled, and then right at the end we got that winner. I mean, it was so topsy-turvy. The crazy part in recent times has been the defense. I mean, the amount of goals we've been leaking is not good at all. I mean, West Ham 3, Zenit 3, 2 again today. That's 8 goals in 3 matches. That's quite incredible. And then if you take in consideration of Watford and Man United as well, letting goals there, we need to go back to the ethos of when Thomas Tuchel said we need to be hard to beat. At this moment, we're not really that hard to beat. We are looking very, very topsy-turvy. So, and I think it's got a lot to do with the injuries that we have, especially in midfield. No Kante, no Kovacic. They're the first line of defense before you can even penetrate the defenders. Not having Chalobah is a bit of an issue as well. He was a main sort of one of the main defenders that was turning out this particular season in RCB. Not having him is causing a bit of an issue, and undoubtedly Chilwell. I mean, we saw how clumsy Alonso can be today, giving away that penalty. And overall, we know how Alonso is. He's bits and pieces player. The way he set up that goal, he got that assist, fantastic counter pressing, and then first time cross, brilliant cross for Mason Mount. And that's Alonso in a nutshell. He'll give you those moments where he absolutely lights things up, and then he'll give you a disaster class in the back with that penalty. So we need more balance. We need more players that are going to give consistent performance, consistently good performance. Timo Werner, once again, we'll talk about the performances down the track. He's another player. You guys all wanted him to start in this particular match because he scored 2 goals and an assist against Zenit. And, you all said he looked like a fantastic player. And I said it. His other facets of the game are always suspicious. And in this game, on the left-hand side, I don't really know why he was acting as a left winger. He wasn't good. He was non-existent in that match. And in fact, whenever he got the ball, he wasn't that good. His decision-making was poor. But let's have a look at the Chelsea admin page. Let's see what the Chelsea admin's up to. Give us your vote for the man of the match. Let me know who your man of the match is, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Rudiger, Mason Mount, Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't know how Ruben Loftus-Cheek got in there. I don't think Ruben Loftus-Cheek actually had a very good game. I personally think he needs to improve a lot more. So for me, second half, he was better, but, first half, he was mistiming passes, getting dispossessed. Even in the second half, he was getting outrun. There were so many times he was getting outrun. His decision-making isn't that great at the moment. He's shooting right at the first man. I want a lot more from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I personally don't think he was that great. Second half got better, as I said, but I don't think he was that great. How he makes this list, I don't know. Then again, who else would make this list? Perhaps that's the question that you need to have. Maybe don't even have 4th choice. Maybe just have 3 choice. For me, Antonio Rudiger obviously got 2 penalties. Brilliant. Mason Mount got himself the goal. But for me, it has to be Jorginho because of the midfield control that he had. And not just that, 2 well-taken penalties as well. But not just the penalty, being in pain and playing the way you have when Ruben Loftus-Cheek, your other double pivot partner, wasn't at his best, in my opinion, and still being able to keep control of the game, especially in the first half, we were predominantly in control, in my opinion. Second half, Leeds went toe-to-toe with us. I have to give Jorginho the man of the match. Tony Rudiger, look, I won't take anything away from him. Defensively, he was very, very good, I have to say, and obviously got the 2 penalties. So, look, I can understand that the fan base has gone with Antonio Rudiger. 2 live wires inside the box. What a picture. Antonio Rudiger and Jorginho. I mean, Chelsea fans, let me know how you feel about the whole situation with Rudiger leaving. I mean, it's quite certain now. If he's going to quadruple his wages, I'm devastated. And you saw the fight at the end. Antonio Rudiger, the shithousery that he has, he was the only Chelsea player that was shaping up to fight. He fights for the club, man. He fights for the jersey. And I love that about Antonio Rudiger. And it's going to be a massive miss when he goes, because I wonder who's going to take up that mantle. You want someone to take over that particular scenario. Jorginho, trademark. I mean, wow. What a great story. In pain, playing the way he did in midfield, controlling that midfield. If he wasn't playing, I kid you not, no Kante, no Kovacic, no Jorginho, Leeds would have been all over us in that midfield, would have absolutely eaten us, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jorginho, that's what Jorginho does. Gives you that control in midfield. And even then, it was difficult against Leeds. Even then, it was difficult. Can you imagine if he wasn't there? You love to see it. Chelsea 3-2. Look, it wasn't the greatest performance, but I'm okay with that for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you why. We've got the injuries in midfield. We've got a massive injury with Chilwell. Our backups are not that great. Chalobah is a big miss in defense as well. Defensively, we're leaking goals. That's something we need to rectify, but I think that has to do with the midfield situation where we don't seem to have enough cover. No Kante is hurting. No Kovacic is hurting. Up front, Lukaku is yet to, click into gears. So I'll take the 3 points, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take the 3 points. We've got a bit of break until the Everton game. Hopefully some of the players can recover, rest. And it's important to pick up these 3 points right now to keep up with Man City and Liverpool. Man City and Liverpool will not drop points. Even if we don't win the league, I don't want us to drift away. I want us to stay in there. And these are the matches that, even when we don't perform well, get a victory. Yes, in the last few matches, we haven't been playing well. We've been leaking goals, but I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will rectify this. We need a left wing back in January. We need a left wing back. Things are a bit too clumsy on that left side. We perhaps need a midfielder, maybe Billy Gilmore. We probably need a defender as well to have some more cover. Get rid of, Ross Barkley. Get rid of, if you can, probably not get rid of Alonso, and he can act as a backup, but Saul, for instance, get him out and bring in 2 new players. So, look, don't get too caught up on the performance today. We know the performances that this team is capable of when we have everyone fit. Leicester, Juventus, don't forget that. I've seen what this team is capable of. Not having Chilwell is a big, big compromise, man. Big compromise. That's why we need a left wing back in January. Jorginho, 2 goals. Ice cold. Well taken penalties. I think he's tweaked his penalty a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's hop, skip, but it's hop, skip, and smash now. It's not just hop, skip, and just tap. Used to just tap it and goalkeepers had enough time. Now it's hop, skip, and smash. He went left on the first penalty, and then he went right on the second penalty. So he mixed things up, which was fantastic to see. Lukaku, let's do the player analysis now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the stats. 6 shots on target from Chelsea, 5 shots on target from Leeds United. Kudos to Leeds United. I mean, they went toe-to-toe with us. And I'm not surprised. This is how they play. They're not a park the bus kind of team. They go toe-to-toe. And I'm just amazed how far below they are in the table. Did they deserve to lose in this match? Perhaps not. They probably deserved a point. But at the end of the day, these are the matches that I've been saying in December. The draws got to be wins. The losses got to be draws. So we're going to pick up the wins. Any draws, we're going to turn it into wins. Like today, when it was a draw, we turned it into a win. Any losses, we got to turn it into a draw somehow. And we shouldn't get into that scenario too often. Possession 58% to 42. Leeds, they did all right possession wise. Generally, we control the match. Leeds wanted to go toe to toe, which is fine. Player performances. Let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go from the top. Kai Havertz. For me, Kai Havertz was once again very good. His work rate is something I'm so impressed with, ladies and gentlemen. So impressed. He's tracking well. He's dropping deep in midfield. He's pressing well. If he just adds goals now, I think he becomes an electric player for us. He really does. Mason Mount, well taken goal. Pressing well, but I wanted to see a little bit more. After the goal, I feel like things quieted down a little bit from him. Obviously got the yellow card, maybe that's probably why. But I want to see a little bit more from him. I thought he was going to kick on after the goal, but really well done from Mason Mount. Three goals, I believe, in 3 back-to-back Premier League matches. I think Watford, West Ham, and now Leeds United. So he's racking up the goal tally, and I'm not surprised. He's gonna hopefully be the top goal scorer, and he's gonna keep getting better and better. And one day he's gonna go straight to the top for Chelsea Football Club, no doubt about that. Timo Werner, you guys wanted him to start. You said that Leeds play a high line. His pace is going to be great. And I said it. I don't want Timo Werner to start. I wanted Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech didn't play, which means he'll definitely play against Everton. And we've literally got 24, 48 hours and then Wolves. So we've got no time in between the next game. Timo, I don't know what he was doing in the left wing position. He was predominantly there. He's not a good dribbler and he does not make good decisions. A lot of you guys got so gassed about his goals and assists against Zenit, which is fine. Production is important. But all the other facets of the game, Timo is just not there. And this is one player. I'll be very surprised if he's there next season. I think he will have to go at the end of this season. He'll stick around this season and hopefully he does support us throughout this season. But I'm not surprised that he had a flop match this match. I'm really not surprised. Reece James, average match. It was interesting to see Reece playing in middle of the park as a cam at times. I think it's because Ruben Loftus-Cheek was coming into these sort of areas. Mason Mount was in the attacking areas. Azpilicueta was trying to create an overload. So it sort of pushed Reece in the middle of the midfield. So it was interesting to see him playing as a wingback and coming in as a central midfielder, really. There were times he got into the byline, but look, overall, it was an okay-ish match from Reece James. I think not having Chilwell is impacting his game as well because most of our attacks were coming from the wings. We would have our inside forwards tucked in, the midfielders, and the wing backs would really have a lot of space. And the fact that we're not having that, we're having to sort of change our game a little bit, which is changing Reece James's game too. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, ladies and gentlemen, for me, I want to see a lot more. I don't know about you guys. Let me know how you felt about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't think he was that great. I know stats are saying he had most tackles, this, that. I saw the game. And this is where I don't want to fall into stats. Stats are saying he had 3 shots. I'm pretty certain all of those 3 shots, he hit the first man. So I thought Jorginho carried him in midfield. I really thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek was going to bully the Leeds midfield and the Leeds players, the defenders. He's going to have those barnstorming runs through the middle. He didn't have that. In fact, Leeds ran him ragged in the second half. Leeds ran him ragged. There were times where he was good, but overall Leeds ran him ragged, I feel. Jorginho was the standout for us in midfield. There's no doubt about that. With Payne and the 2 penalties and the way he controlled, especially the first half. Second half, it was toe-to-toe, but still, he did a job. For me, Jorginho was fantastic. Marcos Alonso, I don't know what to say. A lot of you guys will say he got an assist. And that will be the end of discussion. But I saw the match. Second half was better from Marcos Alonso, but first half, that clumsy penalty and the way he was getting dispossessed as well, and a lot of attacks were coming from his end. And in fact, in the second half as well, there was a lot of attacks coming from his end. He just doesn't have the pace. He just doesn't have that intensity. But the way he got that assist for the first goal, the equalizer, intensity was there to counterpress, win the ball, and then first time cross for Mason Mount. But that's a one-off. That's why, Matisse, as you guys all know, praising in isolation. And I praised him for that particular situation. I praised him massively. That was well done from Alonso. But overall, he's just doesn't cut it as a left wing back for us. We need something else. And there's talks about Ian Martin, and hopefully we get him back. Even if we can get Luca Dean, there's talks about Luca Dean being in the market, which will be fantastic, in all honesty. Antonio Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Cesar Azpilicueta. Look, Rudiger was the standout. Fantastic defense, and obviously getting 2 penalties. Defending really well, tightly on that left side. Thiago Silva overall was great, but obviously that second, the equalizer for Leeds, he actually kept the Leeds player on, and then he struggled to track whoever that Leeds player was, and obviously got that equalizer. But I don't want to, hit Thiago on that. Thiago Silva has been flawless for us all this time. That was his first mistake in ages. So I don't want to be harsh on Thiago Silva. Azpilicueta, look, as I said, always will give you about 7 out of 10 performances. But the thing about Azpilicueta, he does tire as the game goes on, especially this game where there was so much running from Leeds. I'm not surprised he got substituted off. And Azpilicueta does tire. I've noticed whenever he gets about 70th minute, he starts tiring massively. He just doesn't have those legs anymore. That's why you don't see him start in RCB anymore. You see a lot more of Chalobah. And he's a backup right wing back. Reece James starts in right wing back. So Azpilicueta had a decent sort of match. Not outstanding, not bad, decent. Mendy made some good saves. There was a couple of shots from long range. He made some good saves. But overall, I don't think it was overly, required to make some big time, saves. Obviously, the goals that were scored, they were decent goals. One was penalty. He's never good at penalty. Mendy needs to practice a lot more penalty stopping, because we are giving away penalties. We're going to give away penalties. Mendy needs to do better, man. He needs to train on penalties, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of the subs that came on, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Andres Christensen, Romelu Lukaku, not much to say, to be honest. I don't think they had much of an impact. Christensen came on and Leeds were still attacking on that particular side, so I don't think he had a huge impact. Lukaku came in really late, 87th minute, so I can't really comment on anything. He didn't get anything. He didn't do anything. Callum Hudson-Odoi came on 74th minute, to be honest. I don't think he created that impact. So for me, ladies and gentlemen, that was the player analysis. I'm just glad we got the 3 points. Liverpool got the 3 points. City got the 3 points. We get ourselves the 3 points. Very important to stay in touch with that pack, because they're not going to drop points. We can't drop points. We'll move on to the Everton game. Bit of break. Hopefully some of the players get some crucial rest. Some of the players will come back into training, like Kante. Kovacic, hopefully down the track, once he tests negative. And hopefully we start seeing Chalobah very, very soon as well. So it'll be very, very good to have some of these players back. Let me know what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen, for this particular match. I'm glad we got the 3 points. Not the greatest performance, no doubt about that. I'm glad we got the 3 points. Let me know your thoughts. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.